And if you want to manage the band, of course.
Oh yeah, get in touch.
Do get in touch.
Or play in the band. Want to play with the band?
If you're a manager
and keyboard player
and drummer
and artist, merch expert,
dancer, staging expert,
video editor, that would be good.
Yeah. And vlogger, probably.
It would help us with it. It would help us not getting burnout. So there you go. Hello, welcome to Dermist Mondays. I'm Ali.
I'm Craig.
This week we want to talk about burnout. Burnout is real.
So we had our first gig yesterday. Woohoo! You can actually still go and check it out on social media, YouTube and Facebook. We'll put the links below.
It's a good reset. Have we 25 minutes playing?
One of the silver linings of online events is you can go back and watch it whenever you want.
Again. Yeah. The really funny thing is that I still got that wee nervous build up before the show went live, which is really strange, almost like a real show. It's that wee feeling that there might be somebody there that's never seen you before, gonna hear your music for the first time, except we're not there to sell t-shirts and merch at the end of the gig and get chatting with folk.
I suppose one benefit though, being total control freaks, is that we could control every aspect of the event. Yeah. The only thing we couldn't control really was the time leading up to it. We were kind of struggling to fit all the editing time in. It was quite a lot of work, but quite happy with the result in the end.
Yeah, there's a lot of time still taken up rehearsing the songs, recording the songs, setting up the audio, mixing the music, editing the show. So you do sometimes forget to capture those wee nuggets of gold footage, that we're hoping to get when things go back to normal. But the good thing is you don't have to turn up early for a sound check and get some small talk with some other bands that you've never met before. So, although we did get a chance, if you saw the Queen Margaret Drive Spring Fling gig, we got a chance to pop in and see Layaway recording at their venue, and it was really, really strange. And I think Stuart messaged as well, just to say, man, that was really, really weird. I think we just totally forgot how to interact with people, and usually it'd be like, oh, hey guys, big hugs and all that sort of stuff, but this time it was like, how you doing? Elbow pumps.
Just doesn't feel quite right, does it? I found that way that the restrictions were really quite limiting as to what we could do in the kind of vlog side of that video. I think in the future, when things are a bit easier to do, we'll definitely capture a lot more of the stuff that we want to show you, the behind the scenes moments, the banter, and all the wee things. Like a lot of people were commenting on the fact we were recording Personal Jesus cover, the guy in the back. A lot of people found that quite funny. It was, but that actually happened a few times. It wasn't just that guy, there was various people that had stopped.
Yeah, the guy came back to pick up his chairs, didn't he? He's like, I need my chairs back. We're not done yet.
Well, we were recording as well, just walks up like, I didn't know if you guys were recording. Oh, well. That
was one of the best takes as well. And then the take we did after that, the camera, the SD card kind of put the bed, didn't it? It didn't. That was a shame.
It's definitely the start of a good thing, I think. In the future, when we get to do more things like that, I can just see where it's going to go. I think it's the first effort at that kind of style of video, and I think in the future, definitely looking forward to getting stuck into stuff like that. Yeah,
and anyway, back to the burnout we were talking about earlier. I don't think any of us were expecting it. The 3 singles came out and we were both full steam ahead, and then we got onto the album. So it was quite a big build up for us, and we were busy doing all the socials and the mini clips and the interviews, a radio show or two, and the Dermist Mondays. So I think that just kind of led to a burnout. You had to go back to work as well. You had a few days off and you had to go back to work, and I had to play catch up with some work stuff as well. So it was just I think we got to that
Yep.
point where it was like, we're done. We're finished. What do we?
Yeah.
It wasn't a question of what do we do now. It really was just a genuine. I think we had a bit of fatigue from
Yeah, definitely.
constantly doing things.
Part of the problem was, like, for the last, basically since we started this project, the focus really has been doing the releases. And now we've done them, and we didn't really think much past that. Obviously, we've got things that we know we want to be working on. We know what we want to be doing next, but that was the real where the pressure was. And now we've done it, and I don't know what we thought was going to happen. Like, I think you have that thing in your head where you're like, oh, it's going to be good, and once it's out and
You're handing in your resignation at work.
Yeah. I mean, I think we thought that we've had the album now for ages. So for us, literally, even once the album was out, nothing really changed. It was literally like clicking a button on your computer and it's like, oh well, that's the album scheduled to come out. It kind of, not that it was an anticlimax at all, because hearing people's response to stuff and all that's been really fun, but it just, I don't know, it feels like I didn't expect it to go like this, really. I didn't know.
Well, normally
how it was gonna go.
we would be working towards a live show, and we would have been still putting a lot of energy into putting a gig on, so the album would be out, and then we'd be looking to do a launch for the album. And instead, we've had to do lots of wee things on socials just to keep people engaged, and that can grind you down. That's quite tough going sometimes. So. Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's a good opportunity to just have a wee moan.
Have a right
about
good
all the
moan sesh.
Yeah, about all the things that made it such a difficult few months.
We don't do moaning on here. This is a positive social feed. We've just done an awful lot of stuff. I think it's been good, but I don't think we gave ourselves time to breathe. And you need to do that. You need to give yourself a wee rest sometimes.
I think a big thing was we knew that it was going to be very grindy, in the sense that we were just going to be doing a lot of cold calling and hitting up people out of nowhere, not expecting to get anything back from people, just basically hitting your head off a brick wall a lot of the time, and that's what it feels like. And then I feel like during what we've done, you do get the odd thing that comes back and you're like, yes, and that's what spurs you on to keep going.
Yeah, even just getting a wee community radio play, or a review, or somebody contacts you to say they enjoy the music, or they heard the single, or they heard us on BBC Radio Scotland or whatever. Those are the wee ups. I think you've got to, but that consumes your energy as well, because you go on wee lows and then you get wee highs, and you're all over the place. I think mentally quite tough going, but it's been really good, and I quite like the challenge of it as well. Keeps me engaged.
Despite like the fact that there's so much stuff on the internet constantly now, like in your social media feeds and stuff like that, the need to keep constantly posting is a real thing, to like break through to people, and I think we've done a pretty good job at that. However, I do think that at the end of the day, Facebook's still going to be there in a few weeks' time.
I think it's healthy to have a break, because I sometimes get a bit bored and fed up of seeing some artists who maybe are on all the time. They're posting every single week and it's relentless, and sometimes it becomes easier just to scan past their posts. So I think it's important to take a wee break as well. Like you say, Facebook and YouTube are always going to be there. You always come back to them.
And so is the album as well. Like, the album's out now, and that was the main piece of content that put the most effort into, and people can go back and listen to it.
Yeah, I think the challenge is when you release an album like this is how to keep like ourselves creative after that. I think because all the focus has been on the album, and now that that's done, it's what comes next, and we've got a few ideas and we've got some things in the pipeline, but we also need to start thinking about the real possibility of getting a show or two lined up for the future, you know.
Yeah, I think the other big thing is getting some physical content out there, even if it's some t-shirts or obviously a physical version of the album. We've spoke about that already, but
button badges.
Yeah, well, I know it sounds crazy, and I don't know
Love a
how many
button
people. I don't even know how many people would actually be interested in stuff like that. But I do think that we are currently only online at the moment. Like there's no real physical thing that we've put out yet.
We're not actually real. We're just bots.
Yeah,
we're just
we
like
could,
CGI guys.
We could just be an AI band.
Like that's taking the Daft Punk thing like the next level.
Yeah.
Like that would be quite a thing if we revealed ourselves to be not actually be real at all. We're not even real people. We're just AI bots. Fooled ya. Total Recall style. But yeah, with the shows, there was like 2 years worth of gigs backed up, and
crammed
everybody's
into 6 months.
Everybody's looking to get a show, so it's going to be difficult to try and either get a support or book our own show. So everybody's had to reschedule their gigs. So
it's hard to say where we fit in at that. Like I feel like we don't maybe deserve a gig as much as people.
There's a lot of people in the queue, isn't there? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We might need to wait.
I think we might need to wait. I think we might need to just go to some gigs and just meet people and get some chat, and just see what the landscape's like as well. See how people are feeling about things. It's going to be totally different.
Yeah, and we've still not finished our mini-series of the Gig Day Diaries, so it'd be nice to do that at an actual show. We go to a gig and do some filming and maybe get some chat with a band that we go and see. That would be good.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I think what's really going to take us to the next level though would be getting some kind of management, or some kind of team involved with us to take some of the load off of us in terms of what we were doing before, and just even open up some new contacts to us, or a new network of people, or even just giving us some different ideas. Because I feel like the reason that we've not got Lamborghinis at the moment is probably because we're not 100% sure what we should be doing. And I know there's no hard and fast rules,
but that is the point of Dermist. And Dermist Mondays is finding our way. It's all about the process. So
yeah, exactly.
I think that's a good thing. We would definitely, I think, like to get. I think let's get some chat with some people. I know a few folk, and it's just about putting the feelers out there. I hate cold calling people. It's never nice, kind of.
No.
And the rule is, the general rule is, you don't find your manager finds you. That's the general rule of how it works. So. But
you also need to.
You need to be in it.
Put yourself in those situations, you know, that make you more likely to get one.
A manager's not going to find us sitting in our own houses.
No, exactly.
House. So yeah, we'll do a wee bit more networking. Hopefully, have an update on that. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Next week we introduce and getting people in the band as well to play live. We had Jamie playing some drums for us from Bad Mannequins. Who knows, maybe he'll do a show or two for us. And it'd be nice to get a keyboard player as well, somebody that can play all the sounds.
Yeah, and percussion, of course. Mm-hmm. Tambourine, playing with a big fat mama voice. You know, the kind of voice I'm talking about.
Give us an example.
R-E-S-P-C-T. that kind of thing.
They're gonna go, oh, my
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, yeah, basically like something like that, like something that we can't do.
So if there's anybody out there, no, and it'll be nice being out and about and doing Dermot Mondays and doing the vlog style thing, because it's so much quicker. And instead of us doing this for Dermot Mondays, which can take quite a bit of time, it was really nice to have Brendan on last week, where he just turned up and
Yeah,
we didn't prep anything. We just set the camera up, pressed record, and got some chat, and it wasn't scripted, or there was no prep went into it. It was just a good chat. And Bosh, there's your dinner.
I think it's that collective thing of like all the little moments that you do stuff online really do add up.
Yeah.
If you take the times that we talk over each other because of internet lag, because you're not in the room with each other.
Yeah.
If you take the times that we'll do something, send it to each other, and then you open up and you go, well, that's not what I was needing. You know,
No.
can you do that again? And then you need to re-upload it. Each of these things takes time up, and then the file doesn't open. You need to reformat the file. It's just all these things just make the experience of doing what we do a nightmare. And doing that Queen Margaret Drive event was just a total breeze in that sense.
Yeah,
And
it was great. It was great to do it, and hopefully, I think Brendan's got a few more opportunities for us to play again. Fingers crossed that might be live. That would be amazing. Sort of late summer, so fingers crossed we can get to do that. But anyway, go and check out the live set for the Queen Margaret Drive Spring Fling. There's a few other bands and artists playing on it, and some yoga classes and some stuff for the kids. It was a really, really, really amazing event, so go and check it out. We'll put the links in the bottom of the page. Yeah, and check out our set live with Jamie from Bad Mannequins. We'll put it on our channel as well.
And if you want to manage the band, of course,
Oh yeah, get in touch.
do get in touch.
Or play in the band. Play with the band.
If you're a manager and
Keyboard player
drummer,
and artist, merch expert,
dancer, staging expert,
video editor, that would be good.
yeah, and vlogger probably.
It would help us with it. It would help us not getting burnout. So there you go.
And that brings it back full circle.
There you
Nice
go.
one.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Is that a segue? Is that what you call that?
That is a segue
Is
to
that a segue?
liking and subscribing, and if you haven't already, and
Hit that bell.
yeah, hitting the bell and going down to the comments and just saying, you guys are so good, we love you guys, because I know we get loads of comments like that.
On a serious note, thank you to the people that have been tuning in, and the
Yeah,
people that have
definitely.
been leaving comments recently. We've been keeping an eye on you, and we'll be getting back to you. Hopefully, we'll get some chat.
And thanks for everyone that tuned in to the gig yesterday.
Yeah, it was good.
Much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed it.
And we will catch you next week. You've been watching Dermot Mondays. I'm Ali,
I'm Craig.
and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye. And cut.